So I thought I would show you what it looks like outside this morning. You can see the ice on the telephone line. Let me see if I can zoom in on that a little bit. You see that right there, that ice is hanging off the telephone line? Or the electric line, whatever that is. So it's very, very icy in our area. It was supposed to ice. We were supposed to just get a little bit of snow, which we did. There they go. That's how our roads stay clean, because our road is actually considered like a state highway, and so they're keeping it clean. But now most of the roads in Clark County are very, very icy, and like in Andrew's neighborhood, they have no electricity right now. So Jennifer's husband John didn't even have to go to work today, and he was going to get out and take his mom some coffee because she has no electricity. So I thought that was really nice of him, and he has like a 4-wheel drive truck. So he was going to take her some coffee this morning. But now I've told Andrew that he and his family could absolutely come over here because I worry about them being cold and all that. And he said right now they're all snuggled up in bed, but he said their road is too icy for them to even get out. And this is out back. This is why I wanted to bring you back here. I remember one year when we had a weeping willow at our old house. The ice was so bad that it broke branches. Branches had to be cut off that tree because the ice was so thick and heavy. It is January 28th, just after 11 in the morning, and I wanted to show you the damage we received from the ice. This is our weeping willow tree, and you can see how it's broken. And then across the street, one of their trees is especially broken. You can hear the snow. This is our bush, and as you can see, it's leaning way over. I'll try to go out to the street and get another view of it. This is the tree hanging over the top of our house. And a tree just fell off on a piece of the tree just fell off on the neighbor's car, and it broke their mailbox. This is the damage from the other side. You can see on a street. And here's neighbor's house again. Here's a view of that bush again, and that bush is supposed to be straight up and down. Tonight for dinner we're having BLT. Well, Kevin's having a BLT. Kevin's having a BELT, and I'm having a BEL, a bell.
Well, I'm having an egg separate though.
Oh, you're gonna have your egg separate. Oh, I didn't know your egg was gonna be separate. Okay, so Kevin's having a BLT with a side of eggs. Okay, I'm literally having a BEL.
You're having a bacon sandwich.
Bacon, lettuce, and egg. I'm not gonna have tomato, and I didn't put any mayonnaise on here either. I figure with the moisture from the egg, I didn't need any mayonnaise. But yeah, Kevin is actually gonna use tomato, and so I didn't realize you hadn't gotten your bacon yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope you have enough.
I was tons here. Tons
of bacon. Kevin said he would not buy this bacon again. I bought the
private selection.
Private selection from Kroger.
Yeah, it curls up really nice.
Yeah, and it doesn't get really, really crisp. So, like, I like crispy bacon.
I like mine squishy anyway. So.
And a lot of these are squishy, and not a lot of it got crisp.
I like mine to where it's going to give me some kind of disease.
Well, I like it crispy, and it did not want to. It wanted to curl up, and it did not want to get that crispy. So we won't get that again. I think normally we get like Oscar Mayer. Kevin has a meeting online in just a few minutes. He's actually like in charge of the meeting. It's his meeting. And so I wanted to show you his setup. He bought this new green screen, and I hadn't showed it to you yet. And so he has these lights. He has a light up here and a light down here, but I'll show you the back of it. And maybe Kevin will show you how easy it is to use. So there's you take the top and you push it straight down, and then you pull it up. Because what he had before was like these poles, and you had to
feet and this pole on the top. You had to screw it in place, and they had a fabric and a flip over the top and clamp in place.
It was ridiculous. So
if it was to stay up all the time, it would have been fine. But I needed something to take up and down, and that was a pain. This
right.
Really good. I do need a better light because I get a shadow right here, and that light is not quite good enough. So I really need Tammy to get the hell out of my way, and I can put a light over here.
Yeah, because this is where I sit. So I sneak in here sometimes when he's in his meetings, and I do my computer work. But this was like $175 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Did you buy it from Amazon? So, and it's really easy because it is so low to the floor that it fits under the bed. Yeah. So he doesn't put it in this way. He goes in from the side.
It's too thick to go under here.
Right, but he goes in from the side, and it goes right under the bed. And so I just wanted to show you, I think it's neat to see how people do things from home. And so this is Kevin's way of people not seeing the bed and possibly the cat and the wallpaper. Kevin doesn't like the wallpaper. So this way he can pick whatever picture he wants and put it behind him. Well, it is Friday night, and for our Friday night dinner tonight, we decided to make chicken. So we have some drumsticks, and we had bought a whole, like a great big package, and so we divided it up into 2 packages. So we're having drumsticks, and then that is hash brown casserole. So Kevin and I haven't been anywhere for days and days and days, and there's ice on his windshield. So I'm sure there's some snow as well, but on that windshield, it is solid ice. And I know my sister got out in her car yesterday for the first time in many days, and yeah, look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but he's having to dig in. And she said that it took her windshield forever for it to thaw out and for her to be able to go. We have a box at the post office, and this is actually from an APO address, which means it's military. It has the name Sean on it, so I have no idea what to expect here. It is, I showed you a while ago, Kevin scraping the ice off his car.
It was awful. It was thick.
It's so cold. Normally we go running around. It must be something good. Normally we go running around. Today's Saturday, and the only reason Kevin got out is because we had to pay our taxes. So Kevin took the time to do our taxes this morning. I actually cleaned the house. And because it's cold, so I knew we were going to stay home, so I thought, well, I'm just going to clean the house. And so Kevin did our taxes, and we wrote out the checks and all that. And so he got down to...
had some minor heart attacks while writing them out.
Yeah, it wasn't unexpected, we knew. Yeah. But he got in there right before they closed, because they close at noon on Saturday.
I walked out of the door and then to go to the P.O. box, and I heard him closing the door right behind me.
Yeah, so he got down there right at noon. But now...
there was one guy behind me that was in line, and he got to go through, and that was it. So.
Right. Well, Jennifer's supposed to be over here. We've already done Ashley's taxes. Kevin did those for her. And course, she'll get a refund. But then Jennifer's coming over here, and Jennifer always does it on our computer. She does it. So, and then if she has any questions, I can help her. Right. So she does it herself. But yeah, it's always nice to have somebody there in case you have any questions. Yeah,
I wish I had a accountant to ask sometimes.
So she'll do Jesse's and Sydney's and her own. Yeah. But get this, instead of paying, we learned, I did not know this, and I'm sure somebody out there knows this. If you owe a bunch of money at the end of every year, you have to pay a fee. You get penalized. Yeah. You get penalized. Well, I didn't know that you got penalized. And I thought, why would they penalize you for waiting until I don't know why.
Because they don't have their money.
From now on,
we're going to make estimated payments.
We're going to make estimated payments, and we're going to pay it, quarterly? Quarterly. And so when everybody else gets to do taxes once a year, or I guess I've just never heard of that before, paying it quarterly.
A lot of businesses do that.
Yeah, and I've never done anything like that before. So we will be paying taxes again in, what did you say, April or May?
April.
Yeah. So anyway, that's just what
But we won't have to pay as much at the end of the year.
Right, we won't have it like we had an amount, a larger amount to pay today, where when we do it in April, it won't be as bad. So it's kind of talking about it reminds me of like if you get on, they call it being on the budget at the utility company.
Yeah, like gas company.
So what they do is a lot of people don't like having a really, really expensive gas bill in the winter. So they'll get on the budget and they'll pay so much every single month based on what it's been in the winter. And that way, at the winter, you're paying exactly the same all year long. It levels out. And it's such a hardship. Oh yeah, Mom and Dad always did it. Now I've never done that because our bills flip-flop. So the gas might be higher in the winter, but the electricity is usually cheaper in the winter. And it usually flips in the summer like that too. It always has. So I've never done that, but it's interesting that you could do that for your taxes too. So let's see Sean's box. Oh my goodness.
Wait till you see the cup. Because you know it's a cup.
Is this from Korea?
I don't know where it's from. I don't know what country it's from.
Well, it says Seoul. That's what I saw on the front. It's Seoul. Yeah. Isn't that Korea? Yes. Yay! A point for Tammy. Seoul, Korea, as the capital of the Republic.
We had to watch MASH too.
Oh well, we have. It may have helped watching MASH. And it's a Starbucks. It says Starbucks. I hadn't seen Starbucks on it anywhere. As the capital of the Republic of Korea, Seoul has developed into one of the global cities for over 600 years, since it was declared as the capital of the Joseon dynasty, then named Hanyang in 1394. As a political, economic, cultural, and traffic center, it has the beautiful Han River running through the central part of the city, with well-preserved palaces where we can feel the breath of our ancestors in the forest of state-of-the-art buildings. It is an attractive city that boasts of classic, picturesque views.
A lot of people go there for vacation. It's supposed to be very good.
I wish all the Starbucks boxes.
Give you a little description.
Yes, I think that's fantastic. And I know it would be extra for Starbucks, but their boxes usually are just green at the bottom and brown at the top, and they don't have anything like this. Oh.
Isn't that pretty?
That's beautiful, yes.
That's like literally a painting.
Oh, wow.
I just saw the top of it and I said, yep, that's pretty.
Yeah, it says capital Seoul. And I hope, I'm sure I pronounced all kinds of things wrong, but the Han and all that. This is amazing.
Is that a big statue?
Yes, it is.
That's cool. I wonder if it's really big like that.
Yeah, so Sean, that's what I'm wondering. Is this statue, is it really a big one? Like the one that they have in Rio de Janeiro, it's called something. It's the one of Jesus, but it's absolutely
Huge.
massive, and it looks like it would be the coolest thing.
Well, on Amazing Race, we've seen some statues in countries that were really
right. So this is the statue that I'm talking about. Let me see.
And you can see how pretty this cup is too.
You know what? I'm gonna take the camera. I'll take it off the stand,
easier.
and we'll take it over to the counter and look at it because
It's a beautiful cup though.
Yeah, it is a very beautiful cup. You don't even know. Thank you so much. And you know, it's a very different, unique Starbucks mug.
So is that one of the bin there, or is it just from the country?
You know, it's covered up at the bottom. Let me see. Hold on, because usually they say bin, you are here or bin there.
No, it just says.
No, it just says do not microwave, hand wash only. Starbucks made in China.
Made in China. I found that.
I'm going to take this tag off and put it in here because
Tammy saves her box.
Because I've got I have some coffee to review.
Oh, yeah.
And this will be in that coffee, the next coffy review that we do.
That's a nice cup. So it's not in a series, it's just from the country.
It's just from the country. So Kevin will have to start a new, there's a description underneath this video of the Starbucks mugs that I own. And so Kevin will have to start like a new section.
Just like country cups or
I guess.
countries.
See, I have the one that says England.
Yeah, but those are series cups too.
I know, that is a service.
Yeah.
So I will look this up.
Or non-series
We'll
or something
see
like
if
that.
they're called something.
Yeah.
Maybe they are called something if you look them up. But hold on and I'll show it to you close up. So here is the mug. And this is the statue that we saw. And then we're just gonna pan around here. Is that a bonsai tree? I love those little trees. I think that's what that is. Is that what that is?
Looks like one.
Yeah. But then there's another statue. You have that one. And then you have this tower as well. Yeah, and there's a lot of little bonsai trees. But that is a beautiful
it might be a certain kind of tree.
cup. And see, this is what it looks like, the box. And then it had this. This is where I read that description. And then the inside of the box, I put that sticker in there off the cup. But it says Starbucks here. So thank you. I love it and appreciate it. I haven't been out of the house in a few days. Kevin went to the post office yesterday to mail our taxes, but today is Sunday, and I just wanted to show you, we're going down this road and there's a bunch of trees coming up and stuff. We're not to them yet, but we will be. And I wanted to show you just how pretty it looks. Now, everything is dead, I know, but I think when you have the ice storm, it's just very, very pretty. So look at all the ice. It's all over the lines. It's all over the trees. It was fun getting out to the car too, because I haven't been out in days and days and days. So I was like scooting across the driveway to get in.
They lost a big branch.
Can you imagine? Yeah, Dad lost a branch in his yard on his trees because of the ice. Can you imagine having a driveway after all these years? I mean, a garage and not having to worry about cleaning your car off? It would be weird because we've never experienced that. Even when you lived at home, your parents' house, they didn't have a garage. Because they have a garage now, Kevin's parents, but they built it onto the house after everybody had moved out. So, you know, that's they had the money finally, so they did it. But yeah, it would be weird now to have a garage just because we've never had one. So anyway, I just wanted to show you, I think it's pretty outside. So because today is Valentine's Day, when you walk in at Walmart, they have all these flowers. And they're only $3.26. Oh, 15, yeah, 15, $24. But they're beautiful. About 2 months ago, Natalia sent us a pie from Emporium Pies, and Natalia's in Texas, and I believe Emporium Pies is in Texas. But she specifically sent us a pie called the Drunken Nut. And it was absolutely delicious. It is it's a pecan pie, and it was just really, really, really good. So we shared that with my sister. And my sister absolutely raved and raved and raved about it. I mean, she's never forgotten this pie. So her husband, John, he made up his mind that instead of spending a lot of money on flowers for her, that, you know, she would have appreciated them, of course. But John knows that when Jennifer has a cheat day, Jennifer likes to eat. Jennifer's cheat day is Saturday, so she likes to eat on Saturday. So he said, I'm going to order your sister one of those pies. And so you have to order them through Goldbelly is who you order them from. Thank you very much. Kevin,
Special delivery.
Kevin brought me a cup of coffee.
Special delivery.
But so John ordered her one of those pies through Goldbelly, and he probably spent as much as he would have on flowers anyway for Valentine's Day. So, because what do they do for the flowers on Valentine's Day? They jack up the price on you, so you pay twice as much this time of year as you would any other time of year. So I mean, it's a racket. Anyway, if you've listened to me any length of time before, you know how I feel about flowers anyway. They're just gonna die. I could care less. I'd rather see them in a garden. But I told John, I said, you're doing good. You are doing good, because Jennifer is gonna appreciate this so much. And she did. She was thrilled to death. And so today is Sunday, the 14th. The pie was supposed to arrive. He wanted to make sure it was going to arrive for Valentine's Day. It was supposed to arrive on the 12th, but because of weather, it didn't arrive till the 13th, but that's okay. It ended up working out perfect, honestly, because since Saturday is my sister's cheat day, she got it on Saturday. And so when they came over here and they did, she did her taxes and all that stuff. And then when they went home, she ate that pie. And so I called her today and I asked her if she enjoyed it. And she said, oh yeah. She said half of that pie is gone. She said, John and I have shared it. And she said half of it's gone, which honestly, it surprised me that more than half's not gone. Because it's good pie. And honestly, if somebody bought me like a pie like that for a special occasion, I would just eat that one pie and not eat anything else all day. I would literally make the whole day surround that pie and just eat that, because that's just, it's awesome. But anyway, she said even though today is not a cheat day, she plans on eating more of it today. Kevin and I watched a documentary, we just finished it on HBO Max. It is called Fake Famous. I won't even begin to get into how I feel about the fake Instagram, all the filters. And even though people say they don't like filters, they still use filters in all of their stories, even though they supposedly don't like them and whatever. Oh, and it's only for lighting. And, you know, I just, whatever. I won't even get into it. It drives me insane, though, how fake people are. But anyway, this documentary, Fake Famous, they took 3 people who hardly had any followers on Instagram, and they basically paid for bots, which I knew that you could do, because I've gotten messages on my inbox and Instagram, oh, if you come to us, we can give you more followers, get more followers. And I've never done that, but I do, there are accounts that I definitely suspect of doing that. There's some really famous people on YouTube that I suspect have bots on Instagram. So YouTube went through a time where they were getting rid of bots. They don't like bots on YouTube, and they were getting rid of them, doing it away with them. But now Instagram and Facebook, you know, they're all owned by the same people. They don't mind it. They don't mind all those bots and all these fake people and all this stuff, fake comments, fake likes. They don't mind that at all. So this was just them taking 3 people and basically buying likes, buying comments, buying bots, buying subscriber or followers, and seeing what happens with them. And it was an interesting documentary, very interesting. So if you get HBO Max, that might be one that you want to watch. So tomorrow, for those of us in the United States, it is a holiday. Tomorrow is President's Day. And I don't know anybody that actually does anything for President's Day. Did you ever do anything for President's Day when you were in school?
No, I mean nothing. I mean, I'm sure we wrote reports or something.
See, I don't think we did.
Read a book or something. I don't know.
I don't remember ever doing anything like.
I don't really remember doing anything.
Like making a special craft that looked like Abraham Lincoln, or I just don't remember doing anything.
I just don't remember.
I don't remember doing anything special for President's Day. So schools are out tomorrow, the 15th. And then school was supposed to go back. So for like Ashley, she has been online teaching this whole time during COVID. They're supposed to go back on the 16th, Tuesday. And we are supposed to get some bad weather coming through starting tonight. And my sister told me there's supposed to be like 2 different waves of it. And I know one of my friends in Oklahoma, she sent me pictures of her yard. She has snow in her yard right now in Oklahoma. I mean, it's just, and it's been really, really cold. One of my friends, we follow each other on Facebook. On Facebook, and he's been getting really cold weather in Texas right now. He showed like Texas last year compared to Texas now, and it's just really, really cold. And for Texas, it's been really cold. So what you all might find interesting is that Andrew commutes for work. So he travels out of town to work. And they are actually paying for him to stay in a hotel room because it's supposed to be that bad outside. I mean, a lot of snow. But they're desperate for their workers to be there. Well, and Andrew is an assistant manager. So Andrew's very important. Andrew does a whole lot. He has a lot of responsibilities where he works. And he's over a lot of people and a lot of moving parts. And so they really want him to be there. So he went in today for his regular shift, but then they're paying for a hotel room for him tonight and tomorrow night. And yeah, I just thought that's interesting because Kevin's never been in a job where that was a thing, where they would have had to have done that for him or that they would have cared. Now, my aunt used to work at the lab in a hospital, and I remember times, it seems like, where they sent people to pick her up for work. Like, so it was so important for her to be there. It wasn't a matter of her calling and saying, weather's bad, I can't come in, because they're like, okay, that's fine, we will send somebody out there to get you. Now, I don't remember if it was like who it was that picked her up, but I know they picked her up for her job at the hospital, and they took her to her job. So I just thought that was interesting. If you have a job where you're important, it would be interesting to see the comments, because I'm thinking, think about police officers that have to be on duty and they have to respond to wrecks, and the paramedics that have to go to fires and gas leaks and stuff like that. It doesn't matter how deep the snow is, they still have to put their uniform on and show up to work, and they have to be there. So I just we are very, very fortunate that Kevin is an educator, so he's been able to work from home, and even if they don't go to school, he can do it online. Ashley's fortunate enough to where she can do it online, but there's people like Andrew and first responders, and that they have to be there. So I think that's interesting, and it's kind of scary when you think about it too, because you know, if you've got a child who is a police officer and has to go in for that, I mean, it just must be very scary to think that they're out there in the bad weather. So anyway, if we do get what we're supposed to get, you know, I'll show you all out front, and we'll be looking at it together. It is now 4:23, and I figured I would show you the road. So people are outside still driving in it for sure. And look at this big truck. These trucks aren't even supposed to be coming down our street, but now it doesn't stop. Listen to that. That's ice. Listen. That's literally not rain. That is ice. But it sounds like rain. Wow. So Andrew spent the night last night at a hotel, and he's going to spend the night tonight again at a hotel. And today's President's Day, so it's Monday. So luckily the post office was closed, and they didn't have to make any deliveries today. So I'm glad. But this is like a state highway, and they've come up and down our street with the snow plows. So you know, if our road looks this bad, that other in the subdivisions, it's probably really, really bad, because they really make an effort to keep this road clean. I don't know if you can see this through the door, so I'm going to open up the door and look at the snow. You see the snow? But now cars are out in it. See our Herbie fell over last night right down there at the curb. We watched the security camera, and we were like, when did that fall over? How did that fall over? And it was when a snowplow came. A snowplow came and scraped the snow from the road, and it was coming up out of there, and the Herbie fell over. So anyway, yeah. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Yeah, that's right now. The weather outside is frightful. So Kevin's gonna go out here on the snow. He's gonna wipe off, brush off what he can off the porch. Oh yeah, you want me to go get it? Yeah, the leaf blower. That's what he's talking about. His leaf blower. It probably would have worked. I don't know. It depends on how heavy it is. But I'm worried about the postal person. So he's at least gonna just clean off the steps. You know, we have a snow shovel, but we haven't shoveled the snow in so long. I mean, nobody around here has been shoveling the snow. It's just too cold. Oh, look, he's slipping. Don't fall. Yeah, that's how slick it is. So he took, yeah, all we have is this box of ice cream salt. It's literally ice cream salt to make homemade ice cream. So he's gonna put that on the steps. Hopefully it won't hurt the concrete, because we worry about the postal person. So our mailbox used to be down there. Right there is where the mailbox used to sit, and then we got this mailbox from my sister, and so we put it up on the porch. And so now we're worried. You know, it's fine during the summer when everything's well and good, but so, yeah, since this is so slick, we worry about her sliding. She's such a nice person. I mean, even if it was somebody we didn't know, I wouldn't want anybody to ever fall. Well, I figured I would get in front of the camera for a little bit and take a break from showing you snow. I'm sure you all are tired of seeing the snow.
I'm tired of seeing the snow. Especially
since so many people are seeing snow. They are getting snow. They've gotten snow in Texas and Oklahoma. It just amazes me that you know it's bad when Texas is getting some snow. So anyway, there's some things I wanted to talk to you all about. I made the video about where Kevin and we had a conversation about funerals, and I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for the positive comments. I mean, really, I was truly worried about posting it. Kevin and I sat down and made it, and I actually asked Kevin, I said, do you not think I should post it? I wasn't sure how he felt, if I should post it or not. And it's just, is it ever a good time to talk about a funeral? No, it's never going to be a good time to talk about it. But you all were so positive and so nice in your comments. I think what surprised me the most to hear, because I really do enjoy learning about how you all live and how you do things. The biggest surprise has been that, for the most part, most of the people that have let me know have said they have closed caskets in the UK. That the UK, you don't see an open casket at a funeral very often. It's closed. In the United States, it's open. It is 9 times out of 10 when you go to a funeral, it is open. Now, like I said, my mom's was closed. If I don't change my mind before and decide to be cremated, I want mine closed. Kevin has said he wants his closed, because nobody looks like, somebody left a comment and said, any funeral that I've ever been to, you hear people talking about how bad they look and how they don't look like themselves. You don't look like yourselves. I've never in my life been to a funeral with an open casket where the people weren't saying that. I think it's a natural human reaction to say, that looks nothing like so-and-so, like, because they're dead, and as good of a job as the funeral homes do, they can't make them look alive. It would take a lot to make them look like what they did look like. I'm sure it would take a lot. So the best way to avoid all that is to have a closed casket. And I don't want a bunch of people coming up and staring at my dead body and saying how bad I look. I just don't. And that's what it's just a natural human reaction. So anyway, that came as the biggest surprise. And then I had a question from my friend Brian. He asked me why I got into YouTube and about editing and stuff like that. The reason that I got into YouTube, I started watching YouTube videos. And I've talked about this before. There was a lady with some kids, 3 kids, and she was filming, she had her videos on YouTube, and I just thought, this is really interesting. And maybe if people are interested in her family, they would be interested in my family. Too bad my kids were grown up when I came to this realization. But some of the first videos I posted were like videos that I already had, like home videos, and I just put them on YouTube. So like when Andrew was in the Marines and we went to see his graduation, that's the kind of videos that I put up first. And then the first videos that I made for YouTube were like the most awkward things ever, which they're still on there. They're me. I was not comfortable in front of the camera at all. They're hard to watch because I'm stammering so much, but I left them on there because I think I'm not embarrassed of them. They show growth. That's who I was at that time. This is who I am now. So
you still stammer through your videos?
Kevin said I still stammer through my videos. I probably do.
No, you don't.
But I left them on there just because, like I said, it shows growth, and I'm definitely not the same person in any shape, form, or fashion that I was when I started YouTube. Completely different person. But that's okay. But that's why I started, is because I just was watching her videos, and I thought, if somebody's interested, I'm interested in her life, so why wouldn't people be interested in mine? Now, I have deep regrets about not knowing anything about YouTube when the kids were small, because we did so many fun things, and that's back then. I was cooking dinner every single night. I was cooking, like hot meals and like menu plan for the month, and I did it all. And the kids were doing like their science projects and just different stuff that they had to do for school, different activities that they went to. I think that would have been very interesting to you all. But I didn't know about YouTube then until gosh, it was right before we moved into this house. So we'll live here in December. It'll be 9 years that we lived here. And so right before we moved in here, when we were still living in our old house is when I started. Brian specifically asked too about editing and stuff like that. He said, I'm sure you weren't some editing guru before you started this. So in other words, how does somebody who knows nothing about editing a video or anything like that, how do you do that? Well, my situation's different than most people. I think a lot of people do have to educate themselves on it. I'm fortunate that I live with somebody who is a guru when it comes to everything. So if he doesn't know how to do it, he will find out. He likes to read instructions. He likes to find new things. Every single day he learns something new, and he's into computers. So some people think that just because you teach electronics, you don't actually know the nitty-gritty about computers. Kevin's not that kind of person. Kevin can literally take raw parts and put them together. He knows how to take it apart. He knows how to build it. He knows how to fix them. He knows all the troubleshooting and building the motherboards. I mean, he knows all of that stuff. So he also knew about programs and stuff like that. So the program that I use, it's an old program, but it's called Movie Maker, and it is probably the easiest program out there is Movie Maker, and that is what I use, and I like it because it is so easy. There are harder programs. There's programs that do fancy things, all kinds of fancy things. I can't do any of those fancy things in my videos. My videos, I can edit out things and, you know, stuff. I can do basic things like that. But now, if I want to do something like put a picture behind me of something, if you've ever seen one of my videos where that happens, I give it to Kevin. So I'll create the initial video and then I'll give it to him and say, okay, I need you to add this picture in on, you know, behind me. And his program will do that. I don't think Movie Maker does that. At least I haven't fooled around with it to see. But I just use a very, very basic program. So no, I wasn't any sort of an editor at all. But this program is so basic that it's hard to mess up. And when I first started out on YouTube too, I used a phone. So every single thing was when you look back at my first videos, the sound quality was really, really bad. And the picture quality was okay. But the sound, especially on the phones at that time, on the iPhone, it just wasn't great. So then Kevin had me move to the camera. I'm like, where's my camera so I can show you? It's the G7X, the Canon G7X is what I use now. And I really like this camera, and I think the sound on it's good. I think the picture on it's good. It's just, and a lot of vloggers use it. But so basically what I'm trying to say is the only reason I feel like I can do what I do is because I do have Kevin. If you know absolutely nothing about it, editing or anything like that, I would try to find a friend who does know how to do it, that can sit right there with you and take you through it. Because that's what it takes for me, is I need to have somebody sitting there and showing me how to do things and do it with me a couple of times, and then I've got it. That way, or you can write down directions, but it's nice to have somebody who knows what they're doing. And for me, that person was Kevin. So Brian, I hope that helps you. I watched, a lot of people asked me in last week's vlog, have I watched the Cecil Hotel? I did. They wanted to know my thoughts on the Cecil Hotel. I'll try not to give it away, because I don't want to give it away to anybody who hasn't watched it. It was a very cut and dry case. You know, at the very beginning, I'm not giving away anything here. A girl is in a hotel. she goes missing. It was very cut and dry. It was a lot of speculation from people. It's amazing how people on YouTube, people on the internet can speculate, and there's all these conspiracy theories, and is the hotel haunted? And no, I personally, it was a very cut and dry case, and I think you hear from at least one person who felt bad for all the speculation, because there was just no need for it at all, and that's all it was. And that's what happens when you get a bunch of people that feel like they know some stuff that they don't know, and they're just going off what other people are saying, and they weren't there. They weren't even in the area, and they feel like they know all these things. So it was interesting to watch. I wouldn't watch it again though, but I'm glad I watched it with that one time. What else? I wrote down, I watched the show. Ashley had recommended the Netflix show Cheer. And in case you all don't know, back in 2012, I'm pretty sure it was 2012, Kelly Ripa had a show on TV called Cheer. And I watched it way back then. And it was a 6-part, I think it was 6 parts. But it was very, very interesting. And I loved it. And Kevin and I, we used to watch, like, it seemed like it came on like Sunday afternoons. You would get to watch these competitions. And I don't know if it was in Daytona. I don't know where they were, but they would show them on TV. And these teams would go down and they would compete. And Kevin and I loved watching them because it...
what was it?
The cheerleading competitions.
Yeah.
And when we would watch those on Sunday afternoon,
Yeah.
they were really, really good.
They had college and high school both.
Yeah. I mean, these are talented people. But then Kelly Ripa did that show called Cheer. And I'm surprised this Netflix documentary was allowed to be called Cheer as well. It's the same name. Just because it just seems like they would have chosen something different. But it is, it's easy to watch. It's easy to go through because there's only 6 episodes of this one as well. And I watched 4 episodes yesterday, and I watched 2 today. So I've already binged it. There's definitely people that I liked, and absolutely people that I did not like. There's a guy on there, I won't point anybody out, but there's a guy on there in particular who I don't like the way he talks to people. I don't like the way that he treats people, and he really thinks a lot of himself. He's all into himself, and he thinks that he's the best one on that team. You can tell. He just really thinks highly of himself. And he got on my nerves pretty bad the whole time. I never did like him throughout the whole thing. He just doesn't, he just got on my nerves. But once I finished watching it, Ashley told me, she said, do a search. She said one of the stars that everybody really, really likes of this show Cheer, his name is Jerry. She said, do a search for Jerry being in the news. So I looked it up, and I was really, really surprised. As of December, this news story was, this is from December 11th, 2020. So new story. Star of Netflix series Cheer indicted on new child pornography and sex charges. Cheer star Jeremiah Jerry Harris has been indicted on new federal charges that allege he enticed minors to engage in sexual activity, including soliciting them to send sexually explicit photos or videos of themselves, according to the indictment. The 7-count indictment was filed in U.S. District Court in Northern Illinois and made public on Friday. Harris, 21, was one of the stars of Cheer, a docuseries that debuted on Netflix in January 2020. The new charges stem from alleged incidents involving 4 minors that range from August 2017 to August of this year, according to the indictment. One of the charges alleged that Harris traveled from Texas to Florida with the intent to have sex with a 15-year-old in May of 2019. Attorneys representing Harris did not respond to CNN's request for comment on the indictment. Harris was arrested in September and charged with 1 count of producing child pornography for allegedly enticing a 13-year-old boy to produce sexually explicit videos and photos of himself. That was a very, very surprising because I think he was, like, when people watch the show, I think he was one of the favorites of the show. I liked, for the most part for this show, I liked most of the girls on the show. The guys on the show they're the ones that I just really didn't connect with, because the way that they talk to people, they're so hard on them. And there's this girl that I really like. Her name is Gabby. Her parents they really are strict with her. They're tough with her. I shouldn't say they're strict. They're tough. They're tough talkers to her. And the coach of this cheerleading team is a tough coach. And I mean, girls are getting hurt all the time. And sometimes the guys would get hurt too. But usually during every practice, it was like one of those girls was getting hurt. And the coach, she didn't even go out on the floor to run up to them and see what was wrong with them. It's like, I guess you get to the point where if you're constantly patting somebody on the back or rubbing them on the back for crying or whatever, you'd probably be doing that all the time with the team, because they get hurt constantly. The only time I saw her run out on the floor was when they were doing something for a group of people and other people were watching and somebody got hurt, and then the coach ran up on the floor, and it was like, okay, there's people watching her, she needs to have a reaction. Because when they're in practice, behind closed doors and somebody got hurt, she just kind of stood there. But she really did.
Like brush it off, get up.
Yeah, get up, move on. Yeah, that's kind of the attitude. She's a really attractive woman, and you can tell she takes really good care of herself. But I'd say you have to have that kind of personality. I'd say you have to be really tough. And I think at that age too, you're dealing with hormones and emotions and all that stuff. And I'd say guys and girls both want to bring in drama from everywhere at that age. And you just have to kind of keep it out of there, And I'd say you have to have some of that personality to be able to do what she does. But it was good. I recommend it. It was very interesting. I would not say it's for young kids. There was a little bit of language in there. If you're used to that, then there was nothing bad in there. It was fun to get to see the cheerleaders though, and everything that they do. I mean, they work their butts off. One of my favorite, I've got a lot of favorite reality shows, but one of my favorites is I've told you about it before, it's called Making the Team, and it's about the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders and everything that they do. And it's a sport. It's absolutely a sport. They work their butts off. They do things with their bodies and move, and I mean, it's like, I can't move like these people move. I never could move like these people move. But and they're beautiful too. So, I brush my hair, and from the time I get out of the car at Walmart and walk in the door, my hair is already just everywhere, and I look awful. They can go do a whole routine, these cheerleaders, and they still look gorgeous at the end, and usually they're not even breaking a sweat. And it's like, how do you look that terrific after doing all this? And these girls, like I said, the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, they're absolutely gorgeous. They're stunning. So I like, if you like that kind of thing, you would like cheer. Well, we're out in the car, bundled up, as you can see. My sister had asked me a question. So she asked me several questions, but this one I wanted to answer in case anybody else was wondering. We had talked about balancing our check account and all that a couple of weeks ago in a vlog, and she said, how many checks do you really write though? Do you really ever write checks? I actually do. We have our water company, our water bill. You can pay it online, but because it is a locally owned place, Kevin would rather write a check there once a month. So
well, it's not through a service. It's like you're putting your number in there, and they're like checking it, and it's like on a list, and they just look at it and run it through manually.
Right,
it's not like
and
it's an automated thing. It's
right.
weird.
So because it is manual, he doesn't trust it.
Or at least that's how it was.
I tell you another thing. When we paid our taxes, I wrote a check for our taxes. For our state tax and federal tax, I wrote a check for each of those. This morning, I had to write a check because our escrow, we switched insurance companies. We switched from one company because it was too expensive to another company. And when we switched companies, just long story short, if we didn't pay this escrow amount, our house payment was going to go up every single month for a whole year. So to keep it the same as it has been, I have to pay this check. And you couldn't pay it. There's that truck. There wasn't an option to pay it online, so we had to write a check. So that's 4 checks right there that I can think of. Now, do we ever write checks at the store? No, never, never, never. As a matter of fact, when I see, usually it's an elderly person, I hate to say that, but that's the truth. Usually when I see an elderly person in front of me with their checkbook out, it actually surprises me because it's like, oh, people still do that. Yeah, that's the only time we write checks. And then Jennifer also asked me, she said, why do you buy your jeans new when you can buy them from the Goodwill? Because my sister buys all of her jeans from the Goodwill, and she says they're only like $2 or something, $2, $3, $4 a pair. So even if they're gonna let you turn, thank you. So even if they don't fit her perfectly, she'll get a bunch of them because she's like, for $2, who cares if they fit perfect? The reason that she asked me that, I was talking about jeans in one of my vlogs a while back, and
Should got ice melt at Walmart too. Forgot.
oh man,
That's all right.
yeah, we should have a mask. We're at the post office. We have not been to the post office all week long because the weather's been awful. And it's supposed to snow tonight. That's the only reason we're out today, because the roads are still not great. But it's going to snow again tonight, and so we want to be able to get what we need and then go home. Anyway, I told her, I said, I'll answer that for a vlog in case anybody else is wondering, just like with the checks. My jeans are only like $35. They might be as much as $45. I buy American Eagle jeans. American Eagle jeans, I love them. They're top quality. They're great jeans. They last for years and years and years before they even start to wear a little bit. I can wear them for like 3 or 4 years before they will start getting a hole in the knee. And they're only, literally, I think they range like between $35 and $45. I don't think I've ever paid more than that for a pair of American Eagle jeans, and I love their jeans. Now, the reason she asked me that, why I don't get them from Goodwill, is because Jessie, my niece, I think she just paid like $120 something for a pair of her jeans. I've never in my life paid that much for a pair of jeans. Never, never, never. But Jessie's got a good job. She makes good money, and so she bought her those jeans. You know, Jessie's got a car payment and insurance and stuff like that, but she doesn't have a lot of obligation as far as a house payment and stuff like that, so she can splurge on stuff like that. But for me, I don't enjoy going shopping for new clothes. That's why I probably enjoy just picking up a hoodie whenever I can, because I know I can get a men's medium t-shirt or a men's medium hoodie and it's gonna fit, and I don't have to go through a fitting room and do all that rigmarole. I don't like clothes shopping, and it doesn't make me feel good to clothes shop. I look at myself in the mirror and I don't feel like I look good in most things. It doesn't do anything for my self-esteem at all, so I just don't enjoy clothes shopping. And I feel like when you go to the Goodwill, it's not quick. I feel like that it is, so when I do clothes shop, since I don't like it, I like to go in and it to be nice and neat and orderly and get what I need and leave. For me, Goodwill, yes, I know they put jeans together and all, and they do the best they can, but it takes time, and at least right now you can't try things on. I don't know if you can ever try things on in the Goodwill. Maybe that's why Jennifer was saying she didn't mind getting a bunch of pairs, and if they don't fit, it's okay because they're so cheap. It's because you can't try them on in there. See, I wouldn't like that either. I don't care if I'm only paying $2. I don't want a pair of jeans in my taking up shelf space that I can't wear. I just don't want to do it. So that's why those are the answers to her questions that she had for me. She said, I have some other questions for you, but I can't remember them. So anytime she asks me questions, I'll just put them in the vlog, because I figure somebody else. Oh my gosh. Kevin just brought out 3 huge boxes from the post office. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we haven't been down to the post office, like I said, for a while. And this is what he brought out. He brought out this cart, and he's putting one in the trunk right now. And why don't you put them in the back seat?
Well, that one wasn't heavy.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Those boxes at the P.O. box that I showed you were from Georgianne. Georgianne sent all 3 boxes, and she had told me, she said I put a 1, 2, and 3 on the boxes, so open them in that order. So that's what we're doing.
This is the size of it.
They're good sized boxes. Georgianne is the one that previously sent us all of that Knott's Berry Farm stuff. So Bobby had sent me a mix, a cobbler mix, but we didn't have any boysenberries, and I'm sure Bobby had no idea that you needed boysenberries.
Or that you couldn't find them.
Or that you couldn't find them. Yeah, who would know that we don't have boysenberries in my area of Kentucky? Or couldn't get them on Amazon either, though. I mean, because I looked. So anyway, Georgianne sent the jars or cans from Knott's Berry Farm and a bunch of different mixes. So now she has sent us 3 more boxes.
She said do them in order. So this is box 1.
Box number 1. And they say fragile on them.
Fragile.
Fragile, it's French.
Here, I'll let you get that first.
Ooh, is that popcorn? Mother Butters popcorn. Yeah, remember we tried Mother Butters. Yeah. So this is more Mother Butters.
Is it a different one?
You know what? It just says popcorn and confectionery. It does not tell what kind it is at all. There is nothing on here at all that says what flavor that is, so I don't know. These are more boysenberries from Knott's Berry Farm. So that makes me wonder what Georgianne's plans are. Yeah, honestly, the only way to know is to open this. And I'm going to, because I want to know if this is something we've tried before, or is it, and you know what, I'm going to be honest, I don't remember what we tried from Mother's Butter. It seems like there was some seasoning mixes, and is that the popcorn that we have up in the cabinet right now?
Maybe the regular popcorn.
That popcorn, and then we use like their seasoning. Ooh, that's just caramel popcorn.
Oh, caramel.
Oh. It smells so good. Yeah, that is the caramel corn. Ooh. Pioneer Valley Boysenberry fancy syrup. And it made it with no,
it was wrapped in bubble wrap and a bag.
well, that's smart.
So bubble wrap smart, and then the bag smart, because just in case it does break, it doesn't leak over everything else.
We don't get anything like this here. It is really loud. But you can, yeah, we have looked and don't get syrup like this around here. That looks like a jar of preserves or something. It says Knott's Berry though. What's this? Knott's Berry Farm Pure Boysenberry Preserves.
That's one.
So this looks like it's for like pancakes or waffles. Yeah, you can use syrup. You can put the syrup over ice cream, I'm sure, over vanilla ice cream. If you're wondering why I'm wearing, why are you wearing your scarf, Tammy? Because it's cold. It's cold in this house. It's just, I know that to a lot of you, it sounds so amazing to live in a Victorian home. Depending on which one you live in.
Or where in the country.
Yeah, some are going to be warmer than others, and ours is cold. So,
I finally got that.
Oh, okay. Georgianne hadn't told me what she was sending me. She did tell me about this though. She, wow. This is hand soap. So we have, oh wow. These are made in England.
Oh, that's cool.
Baylis, B-A-Y-L-I-S, Baylis and Harding, and they are made in the UK. This is sweet mandarin and grapefruit, and the other one is English lavender and chamomile. And Georgianne, I think, was worried that I would think this was too strong. But she said once you wash your hands in it and leave it, she said, and rinse your hands, she said it just leaves a really nice light scent. So I love stuff like this. I don't spend a lot of money on hand soaps and stuff like that. So this is really, this is a treat for me because I buy the 99-cent stuff at Walmart, you know? So thank you very much. That is a full pint. It's over a pint. No, we will enjoy those.
This is for me.
Gosh.
Willie's Overland, a car. These are Metal Earth models.
Oh my god.
Kind of like the farm tractor. That's
oh
cool.
my goodness. Is that the Capitol?
United States Capitol and
I
the
swear
White House.
to
So it's
you.
the Capitol and the White House.
Oh my goodness.
And then Darth Vader actually was looking at just the other day.
Well, I'm glad you didn't order that one.
Cool. Thank you
because
very
that's
much.
one he did order some. But
Yeah, but
you
mine
didn't-
are not out yet.
But yeah, you didn't order that. Oh my goodness.
Those are cool. Thank you.
This reminds me, I don't know what Willie's Overland refers to, but it reminds me of something on MASH.
Like a Jeep. That looks like a Jeep.
That's what it reminds me of. And I swear, Kevin was just on the website, and I saw that White House, and I'm sorry, the Capitol. The U.S., they do have the White House, but the Capitol as well. And the Capitol is what I keep calling the White House. And I thought that would be so neat, because I love the buildings and stuff like that.
Those are cool.
That tractor is really cool. And this one feels thick.
I think it's 3 sheets. About to guess.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be harder,
challenging.
which is good. Okay, this smells like chocolate.
It smells really good.
Green Mountain Chocolates, champagne and rum, Swiss truffles. Well, I don't want to open it. Or if I get that off, if I take that
It's
off.
stretchy, isn't it?
Yeah, but will you
Yeah.
be able to put it back on?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's sealed. Okay. So, but it's a box of chocolate. Okay, well then what I'll do is I'll open it whenever we do the review, then you'll get to see what they look like then. Did I do that right? Yeah. Where are these made? They don't, Green Mountain Chocolates, I'll have to look them up because it does not say where they're made. Have no idea. So I'll look that up. Thank you. It smells good though. I can smell even though it's wrapped in plastic, I can smell it.
Chocolate. These are for me or both of us.
Jerky. Okay, so we have a Bricktown jerky, soft and tender style jerky, sweet barbecue. I've never heard of this brand. This is made in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. What's funny is Rebecca or Becky sent you that other Cattleman's Cut. She lives in Oklahoma, and Georgianne is the one that sent these, and Georgianne lives where? In like Illinois. So that's funny that Becky did not see this, but maybe Becky doesn't have Bricktown jerky in her area. Sometimes they just make it and just ship it off, you know? And then this is called jerky.com. This is whiskey barbecue, jalapeno, hickory, and honey pepper. And this is, it's made in Oklahoma too. I think that's funny. But you know what was funny to me too is when we were doing the reviews of the Girl Scout cookies, the ones that are made right here in Louisville, Kentucky, just a couple of hours away, we don't get them in our area.
The ones that are shipped down wherever.
To Tennessee and wherever else, we don't get them. So I thought that was funny too. It's funny with these companies.
She said not sent the cookies in a plastic bag through the mail. The box got a little roughed up, but the inside was fine. Okay,
we have actually reviewed some of these Knott's Berry Farm cookies, but I don't remember which ones we've reviewed and which ones we haven't. So if we have not reviewed the Boysenberry, we'll absolutely review them. I don't remember. I remember the packages, but I just don't remember which flavors. Pioneer Valley. Ooh, pecan caramels and sea salt caramels. These are made in Utah.
Oh, that's cool.
Some of the best brownies I was ever sent it was years ago, were from Utah. The best ever, and I mean, they were baked by, I think, a small bakery there in Utah, and they were just the most fantastic brownies ever. But yeah, so those will be fun. Roca Bite, have we not reviewed these?
I don't know.
These are the Brown and Haley, which I love. Brown and Haley make Roca, which we love the almond Roca. Also, the same company that makes the almond Roca makes the mountain bars that we love.
Oh, I love those mountain bars.
They're called mountain bars. Worst name ever, I think.
Well, they kind of look like a mountain.
But I think it's a bad name because more people would buy them if they realized it's just a candy bar.
It's a big old hunk of sweet.
Yes, it's a hunk. Yes, I guess it looks like a mountain, like you said. They have vanilla and cherry and peanut butter.
I don't remember what the other one was.
Oh my god.
They're very, very good.
They're wonderful.
It's literally like
we do not get them.
It's literally like they just take their hands and blop it.
Yeah, we don't get them here, and I think those are made in Washington.
Yeah, we found them completely by accident.
At Jungle Gems. Yeah.
Only because they were on sale. That's the only reason we bought them.
I don't see it on. Oh, here we go. I think they're made in Washington. Brown Haley. This is saying Hong Kong, but I know, I swear, it's Tacoma, Washington. Yeah, there you go. I've seen these on the website is why they look familiar to me, but I don't know if we've reviewed them or not. So, and these, Perugina.
I don't know what it was called either.
Would you say Peru or
Perugina?
Perugina?
Perugina. That's how I would say it.
That's how we're gonna say it for this video anyway until I look it up. This is a milk chocolate, and these are crafted in Italy, it says. This is milk chocolate with almonds, milk chocolate with hazelnuts, limoncello and dark chocolate, orangello and dark chocolate, and cappuccino and milk chocolate. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Yeah, that'll be awesome to try those. From Italy, our ultimate quality for your pleasure since 1907. Made in Italy, but it's made in made by Nestle in Italy. Ooh, what is this? Spankies. Like from the Little Rascals? Spanky?
Oh, these are Spanky. Oh, they're all Spanky.
Wasn't Spanky in the Little Rascals?
Yeah.
Spanky and alfalfa and Darla. Was one the girl's name Darla?
Yeah.
Spanky, alfalfa, Darla.
I don't remember.
I don't remember the other ones. It's been too many years ago. This is Spanky's, just like Grandma made. It's cucumber relish. This is sweet corn relish.
These are from Canada.
Oh, cool. Root beer barbecue sauce.
At least it says Canada on here. The jars again.
And this is maple hickory barbecue sauce. Yeah, Ontario, Canada.
Now, do those have the nutritional value? Because if not,
locally made.
She printed out something. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it has it on here. Yeah, they're made in Canada.
That's cool.
But that's fine. I will look through everything that all the paper. Any paperwork you gave me, I will read through it. These are, I didn't tell you what they were. The Roca Bites, these are dark chocolate butter crunch bites. And these are almond Roca butter crunch bites. This stuff to me is like crack. I love Roca. Love it. This is Green Jay Gourmet milk chocolate covered cherries. And these are made in Michigan. www.greenjaygourmet.com. Dried Michigan cherries coated in milk chocolate. This is also something that is like crack to me because normally the texture of it and the just the chew, and I love stuff like that. Let's see. Do you know what this is? This is an ornament from Starbucks, Been There series, Illinois. Oh, the Prairie State. Oh, Cave in Rock. And it has deer, and it has a bridge one of those bridges that.
There's another one.
Ooh,
that was your box
You
too.
Are Here.
That was your box too.
Oh, look! I have the full-size version of this. This is London.
Oh, yeah, you do have a full-size version.
Yes, I have the big one of this, and now I've got one for the tree. I'll show you these up close. So I won't try to get up close to the camera right now. I will take the camera when we're finished. I'll take it off the tripod and show you how these look up close. I love these. I love getting new little Christmas ornaments. Okay, here, I'll just move these. Georgianne, you sent a lot. I mean, a lot.
This is
okay. Okay. So, see, I feel awful because Mother Butters, they sent the stuff to us. The company. And when we did the review, I said, this is from the company. They sent it for free. And so, I honestly, I don't remember what we reviewed from them. This is cheddar cheese popcorn topping.
I don't know if she's giving these to you.
This is movie theater popping salt. And this is real butter popcorn topping. So, lots from Mother's Butter. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, I'll just have to I know we tried some of their seasonings, but I don't remember which ones we tried.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know if she's wanting both of these for you or to give them to someone else or.
Well, let me see what it
They got
is.
tape on them.
Okay, but she didn't put a note.
I didn't see one,
Okay.
and I don't see a name on them anywhere. Yeah, I looked in there.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure. Oh, that has to be for you. Let me look at this one.
How beautiful.
Oh, that one's for you too.
Love that. And it says Kevin and Tammy done on it.
Oh, that's cool.
That's beautiful. This is an ornament. It has
Elizabeth Tower.
Elizabeth Tower. It has Tower Bridge. It has the London Eye. It has a bus. And then the back is a heart. It's shaped like a heart with the colors in the Union Jack flag. I will show you this up close too. That is gorgeous. I love that. Yeah, that is so nice. It's made by PolarXOrnaments.com. That is beautiful. We have 2 of these now.
Oh, do you already have one?
I have this exact ornament. Oh my
I don't
gosh,
remember.
this is hilarious.
I don't remember ornaments.
Yes, I have this exact ornament. Kevin and Tammy done. That is so hilarious. You know what?
That ornament.
Where do I put it? I put it on the big tree.
I just don't remember.
Oh yes, I put it on the big tree every year. You
Sometimes
wait.
Tammy buys ornaments. I don't remember.
No, but I didn't buy it. It was sent to me.
I know what I'm saying. Sometimes you get ornaments. I just can't
And
keep up
he
with
just can't keep up with all
got
of
so
them.
many of them.
That is hilarious that you got me the same ornament. The thing is I have 2 different trees right now. I have that small flocked one, and then I have the big one that goes in the living room. And I can put one of these on each one of those trees. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm totally gonna do. It's not gonna go to waste. That is hilarious that she chose the exact same one.
Now this says it's me and you, Gavin, and Amelia for Valentine's.
There's more?
Yeah. That's just the second one. This is the last one.
Oh my gosh, Georgianne, this is like Christmas. I mean, really. I wonder if she realized how much that she had collected or had ordered. And oh my goodness,
Little Russell
that's so
Stover
cute. That's very cute. Oh, that's cute too. Russell Stover. Those are adorable. Those are so cute. Gavin and Amelia came over here and they brought us the cutest little notes for Valentine's Day. Nanny and Papa, I love you. And it was interesting to see
How the writing.
well, the writing, but their personalities through the writing.
Yeah.
Because Gavin's was very pencil on paper. There was one tiny blue heart colored in at the bottom. One. And who knows if Christina asked him to do that, but that was the only bit of color on that paper. Amelia's was like, pow. It was like hearts had exploded all over it, and it was all different colors all over the page. And that's Amelia's personality, is she... Think about how she dresses. Mm-hmm. She dresses like Punky Brewster or somebody, you know? She dresses
different color socks.
Yeah,
pants,
little
whatever.
mismatch. That store is meant for Amelia because
she doesn't care. And
she can pull it off and she looks adorable. So that is, look at the owl. Oh wow. Oh my gosh.
That is
Thank you so very, very much.
a lot of stuff.
Russell Stover Almond Delight. And then there's an assorted box. There's a toffee square. I don't even know if we've tried all those toffee squares. We'll have to look through and you know that anything that we haven't reviewed, of course we will. And then stuff, if we have reviewed it, like the Mother's Butter, then we can just enjoy it. Because we still have... So there's some popcorn up there, and I'm thinking that's who it's from. I'm thinking it's their name on it. Yeah, so we can just use that popcorn for all of this stuff. So thank you very, very much. Okay, so I just wanted to tell you the Mother Butters Georgianne must have sent it to us just to enjoy. So we will enjoy it because we have reviewed those. So we will totally enjoy them. The Knott's Berry, I didn't think we had Boysenberry, and we haven't. We've had like raspberry and apricot, but we have not had Boysenberry. So we will totally be reviewing those. The Roca Bites, the reason why these looked familiar to me is because we had tried the Roca Thins, but we have not reviewed the Roca Bites, so we'll definitely review those too. But I want to show you all these ornaments because they're so, I just love them. This is the Illinois, and like I said, it says the Prairie State. And let's look on this side. Yeah, there's that bridge. So I love these little cups. And then this London cup, so that was a Been There series. And the Been There series is more of like outlines and stuff like that with color. The You Are Here they're like colored in, and they have more vibrant colors, I think. So it's so cool that I have this actual full-size cup. And then, because I know this cup, I'm almost positive it's like discontinued. I think it's hard to get a hold of the You Are Here collection. So I don't know how Georgianne did it, but I sure do appreciate it. And then this is the one. I'm wanting to say that Sheila sent me this, and if it wasn't Sheila, then I'm really, really sorry. But I'm wanting to say that Sheila sent me this 2 years ago for Christmas. So this is so neat, though, to have another one. Like I said, I have 2 trees, and so I can have one for each tree. And that reminds me of me and Kevin traveling. But now I love this. This is just gorgeous. And it says Kevin and Tammy. I absolutely love it. I opened up the Russell Stover gift basket just to look everything up and see what we tried and what we haven't. We've actually tried the Russell Stover Almond Delight, but we have not tried the Toffee Squares. And then we have had one of their like candy bars. It's a Pecan Delight like candy bar, but this is sea salt Pecan Delight. So we have not had that, and we have not had this particular assortment of chocolates. So these are probably a lot like their candies maybe that you can buy individually, but we have not tried this collection. We've had like a red velvet collection. There's been other collections. We even bought one of their blooper, I think they're called bloopers or something like that, where they messed up on them or they're not shaped perfect or something like that. And you can get those at a really good price from Russell Stover. But we have not tried this, so we will definitely do a review of that. But we just won't be reviewing these. We'll just enjoy these. But I wanted to show you, Georgianne, too, or for anybody else watching, I don't know where Georgianne found this, but this basket is really nice because it's deep, and so you could set things in it going this way or whatever you wanted to use it for. It's just a cute little basket. So who doesn't like a nice basket? The vlog is running long, so I'm going to end it here. It is actually like an hour and 27 minutes long. So there's the kitty cat. Nice and warm, and there's Kevin. He's watching. Nice and cold. No, he's watching. Are you watching Twitch? Yeah. He's watching somebody play Minecraft. Yeah, I've been wanting to play Minecraft here lately. He's wanting to get back into Minecraft, but he says over and over again, I'm not creative. I don't know what to make. I don't know what to build. And so I've tried to give him some ideas of things that he could build, but he hasn't started yet. So anyway, he does want to get back to Minecraft though. Yeah, so. And that's something that even when you leave, you can go back later and it doesn't change, you know. So anyway, this is a long vlog, so I hope you all have a good week. Hopefully, by the time you see this on Monday, hopefully the snow and the ice and all that will be melted, and there will be none of that in next week's video. So anyway, thank you each and every one of you for watching, and we'll see you next week.